सह प्रचार प्रमुख भी है। वे आईपी कॉलेज फॉर वुमेन दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय और तिलक मांझी भागलपुर विश्वविद्यालय में भी पढ़ा चुके हैं। वे संस्कृत विषय के एमए और पीएचडी है और साथ ही जेआरएफ फेलोशिप होल्डर भी है। और उनके अध्ययन अध्यापन का जो विषय क्षेत्र है वो है संस्कृत, भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा, हिंदू अध्ययन आदि। साथ ही उनका वैदिक गणित विषय पर भी उनकी रुचि है। उनकी एक किताब भी है उनके द्वारा लिखित, जिसका नाम है वैशेषिक दर्शन में द्रव्य मीमांसा। अब तक उनके द्वारा जो प्रकाशित शोध पत्र है वो 10 है। पुस्तक अध्याय बुक चैप्टर जो है 15 है। उन्होंने विभिन्न राष्ट्रीय और अंतरराष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठियों में भी पेपर प्रस्तुत किए हैं, उसकी कुल संख्या है 15। आमंत्रित व्याख्याता के रूप में भी वे व्याख्यान दे चुके हैं, जिसकी संख्या है 20। और विभिन्न वेबिनारों में भी वे भाषण दे चुके हैं, जिसकी संख्या है 10। तो यह है आज के वक्ता डॉक्टर आयुष गुप्ता जी का संक्षिप्त परिचय। अब मैं सर से आज की व्याख्यान आरंभ करने के लिए आग्रह करती हूँ। सर, आप आरंभ कर सकते हैं। धन्यवाद। Sir, you are on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for this welcome, Dr. Rajeshwari Devi ma'am. And I would like to thank the principal of Handique Girls College, Dr. Ranjit Sarma sir, the IQAC coordinator, Dr. Pari ma'am, convener IKS, Dr. Gayatri and Dr. Jintu, members, Dr. Mamani, Dr. Abhineet, Dr. Rajshri, Sadiqul Ahmad and Dr. Minakshi. I'm thankful to all of you that you have invited me in this lecture on Indian knowledge system. In fact, Bharatiya knowledge system. When we say this Bharatiya Gyan Parampara, so we translate it as Bharatiya knowledge system. First of all, I would like to I'm not able to see the faces, and this is not a lecture actually. This is a discussion. If we will take it as a discussion, it will be beneficial for me and you all. So can we start with a discussion, if you allow? Should we discuss the things, or should I throw a lecture or something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That will be more interesting.
Yes.
Participants
so
are
we should
requested.
start a discussion. So the first thing is that what is actually BKS, or whatever you say, IKS, Indian knowledge system, Bharatiya knowledge system. What is this? What do you understand by this word Bharatiya knowledge system? Please tell me, some participants. Anyone? What is Bharatiya knowledge system? Anyone?
Sir, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Sir, what I understand is, with this knowledge system, the ancient heritage of India is to be highlighted more, which the current generation is slowly forgetting. So this is a required.
Why is this tradition is supposed to be revived, or we are like looking backside in this tradition? Why are we looking backside?
Because, sir, we have got a very rich tradition. We have got a very rich tradition.
So
and as I said, slowly this generation, yes, relevant, much relevant, because at a cycle of universe, one has to come back to the original again. So I think this is a process which has started now to come back to the original again. जब हम बोलते थे कि भारत एक सोने की चिड़िया थी, तो वो धीरे धीरे कहाँ चली गई? So let us come back to this सोने की चिड़िया. That is what I feel about this. It is much relevant now. What IKS and what IQAC is doing, it is much relevant, and that's why a lot of people are doing this move also. Thank you, sir.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Someone else would like to say what is Bharatiya knowledge system or Indian knowledge system?
What do you? We can say that IKS is nothing but the traditional knowledge or wisdom or practices which were followed in India over last thousands of years, and where the technology, now what we call as technology, where the technology was not even there, our people had developed many practices which were far more advanced at that stage. So we are trying to, as you asked, why are we trying to relook? Is what I say is like, like the ancient sciences like Ayurveda, yoga, astronomy. Many people now, even the scientists, are getting the basic knowledge and the basic things. They're deriving things from this as base. So I think IKS is adding value in everything, like it might be in Vedanta or in agriculture, or yesterday we had the economic practices kind of a thing, the taxation. So everything I feel is already laid down in our IKS long before. Now, which we are trying to relook at it, like, to how we can solve many modern problems through our ancient IKS system. It's both sustainable and also scientific, is what I believe.
Okay, that's good. And are you aware of the word philosophy? Anyone? Is there anyone from philosophy department? Or are you aware of the word philosophy? What is philosophy?
I'm basically, I teach philosophy. So I'm from the philosophy department.
Okay. So which philosophy do you like?
So my research area was Indian philosophy. It was in Advaita
Indian
Vedanta.
Indian philosophy, which school?
Advaita
Vedanta.
Vedanta.
Okay. And how will you define philosophy in one sentence or two sentences?
To put it in a way where everyone will understand, to put it in a very common way, I would like to say that philosophy is, first of all, as we all know, it's like love for the wisdom, love for to have knowledge of something, to have wisdom of something. And in another word, we can say that it's a way of life. There's like two definitions of philosophy in a very common sense.
Okay. That's good. And what is the Bharatiya for philosophy?
Sorry? What is Indian
What
philosophy?
is the Indian?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
No. I'm saying what is the meaning of philosophy in Indian perspective or
Yeah.
Bharatiya perspective?
So basically, in India, we use the word darshan instead of philosophy, and this is not a complete like translation of philosophy as a word, because this two term has very different meaning. As philosophy is like love for wisdom, but darshan is to know thyself, to understand our own self. So these two words are completely have different meaning, although we use it as a translation of the word philosophy. So when we talk about Indian philosophy, it's Bharatiya darshan, that is to know thyself.
Okay, that's good. I'll show you some. My voice is like not clear. It's echoing. Like let me just check 1 second. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Now it is okay. Earlier it was echoing.
Okay. Is it okay now? Na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll share some screen. I'm trying to share the screen. Is it visible? My screen, I'm sharing it.
No, sir, it's not visible.
Am I co-host? Because I think I'm not able to share it.
You can do through share screen, sir.
Yes, I'm doing that, but I'm not able to do that because it's not, the option is not there.
Sir, can you send me the PPT?
Yeah, okay. Just 1 second. Okay, leave it. I'll try it later. Let's start with some discussion. So when I say that Bharatiya knowledge system, what is the meaning of Bharatiya knowledge system? We have discussed about it, and some of the participant has given very good answer. that what is Bharatiya knowledge system. So the first word is Bharatiya. What is Bharat? What is the meaning of Bharat? Can you tell me what is the meaning of Bharat? Is there anyone? Anything, whatever comes in your mind, you can answer. I don't want a exact answer or the right answer or something. There is nothing like this.
I'm not sure, sir, but I think Bharat means it's where like people are in search for knowledge, truth.
Good. Because Bha means knowledge. Bha in Sanskrit is the meaning of Bha is shining, and that science which is knowledge. So knowledge, Bha means knowledge, and Rat means indulged in knowledge. So whatever or whoever is like belonging to knowledge or that is exploring the knowledge is Bharat. So the name Bharat, the nomenclature Bharat is more ancient and it is connected to a long history. So the Bharat word is most relevant rather than this India or something. First, we will talk about the Indian philosophical schools. And when I say Indian philosophical school, I'm not absolutely talking about the schools like Sankhya, Yoga, Vedanta, or something, because we are talking about entire literature, entire knowledge system literature, which is there in our ancient Indian texts. So, first of all, we will talk about the Vaisheshik philosophy. The propounder of the Vaisheshik philosophy was Kanad, and there are so many there are so many statements by Kanad which has some scientific meaning. Just like कणाद जो थे, उन्होंने जो भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा के विषय में अपने फिलोसॉफिकल स्कूल में कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स दिए हैं. जैसे उन्होंने कहा आद्य पतना समवायी कारणम गुरुत्वम. आद्य पतना समवायी कारणम गुरुत्वम. द आदि मीन्स द वेरी फर्स्ट, patan means the fall, samavai karanam means the reason, type of a reason, and gurutvam means something which we call gravity or the gravitation. So Kanad in his time has mentioned that the very first fall of an object is due to gravity. This is the height of the knowledge in ancient Indian time, that we were aware of so many things. I'm just talking about this gravity, but there are so many concepts which were there in ancient Indian knowledge system or ancient Indian texts. Now we are supposed to think that what is the difference between Indian knowledge system or Bharatiya knowledge system and other knowledge systems. I'll not mention it Western or Eastern or Southern or whatever. There is a difference in knowledge systems also. Just like if I'm saying Bharatiya knowledge system, it is specifically focusing on consciousness. It is focusing on matter and consciousness both. But when we talk about Indian knowledge system, Bharatiya knowledge system, this system basically focus on consciousness. Consciousness means चेतन. तो हमारा जो भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा है वो चेतन और जड़ दो तरह के तत्व होते हैं, एक कॉन्शियस और एक अनकॉन्शियस. तो हमारे यहाँ कॉन्शियसनेस को भी बहुत अच्छे से डिफाइन किया गया है. The Indian philosophers, the Bharatiya philosophers has defined the consciousness in a better way. And what is the difference between conscious and unconscious? There are some things like there is a difference between energy and matter. Is there any physics students? How many physics students are there? Is there any physics student, math students, chemistry students? I want to know the statistics. How many students are from science? How many students are from arts?
Excuse me, sir. I'm not a science student, but I think there's a deep relation between energy and matter because I think that has to do with quantum mechanics. So E is equal to mc square is the very famous equation. So
Yes.
they're not, yeah. So I'm not a science student. I'm an art
Yeah,
student,
you are
but
not science
I'm
student, but
aware.
you are thinking about energy and matter, right? And
Yes,
this
and the
is
relation
the
between them.
yes, this is the attitude which philosophy like uncovers. Because when we say E is equal to mc square, it means that energy can be converted into mass. And when energy can be converted into mass, it is a sign that there is something which is converting these unconscious things, like whatever we are seeing in all around us, all unconscious things are created by energy. And what is physics? From where this physics is starting? It is starting from an atom. Atom is unconscious. So what I'm supposed to tell you that the difference between energy and matter is the same. The difference between conscious, unconscious, and superconscious.
I'm sorry,
The
sir.
main
Can I?
yes,
I have a question. So
yes.
I would like to know how you are able to relate atomic or atom to the unconscious, because in psychology, as we understand, unconscious is something that we don't have a direct access to, whereas it is able to influence our behavior. So how are you able
Uh,
to relate the unconscious
what is your
with?
subject? What is your subject?
My subject is literature, but
Okay,
I'm aware of
and
psychology. I have read
can you repeat
Freud
your
and Jung.
question? Can you repeat your
Just,
question?
I want to understand how you're able to relate atomic physics, as you said, to the unconscious, because unconscious, in its very basic and simplistic definition, is something that we don't, something in ourselves, in our psyche, that we don't have direct access to, whereas it is able to influence our behavior. And
Yes.
yes, it is molded beyond our reach. So how are you able to relate that with atomic physics? That I would like to know that.
See, this is what I'm not absolutely saying that this is parallel phenomena, but when we talk about the perspective of philosophy, there are two strands. One is realist, and the second one is idealist. So it's not actually parallel, but there is a similarity, or there is not similarity. They are actually parallel. Just when I say that you are seeing something, if I ask you that the color of rose is red, then what is the reason that color of rose is red? Can you tell me why the color of rose is red?
I believe because that's how we are conditioned to perceive it.
Yes, and when I ask a physicist or a student of physics that why he's seeing this rose red, so his answer is because the rose is like absorbing all the colors besides reds, and it is
Yes.
reflecting the red color. That's why we are seeing that this rose is red, right? So the main thing is that there are so many subjects, and they are explaining our perception, the process of perception, in a different manner. When you talk about philosophy, so philosophy is something which like uncover all the aspects of your vision, all the aspects of your thinking, all the aspects of your consciousness. There are so many aspects. Can I ask some physics people? Some physics students are there? Is there any physics student? If you will not answer, it will be like so boring. Please,
Sir,
please
I
tell me.
was a physics student once upon a time,
Okay,
but no, that's
why do we see a rose as a red colored? Because the rose is absorbing all the colors besides red, and it's reflecting red color.
correct. Yeah.
Is it
Mm, Sir, I
right?
think yeah, the rose petals may absorb only, I mean, in the sunlight when the colors are absorbed. I think yes, I think
Yes.
red is absorbed more. I mean, so why we see it
No,
as
it's
red?
actually the red is not absorbed.
Not
That's why it
absorbed.
reflects
I
it.
I think it's
Yes.
not absorbed. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Red
So
is
I
not absorbed,
yes,
right?
and I
And
think
all the colors besides red are absorbed, and that's why we see the rose as red colored, right? Is
yes.
it right?
Yes.
Jyotirma, Is it right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, as far as I can recall, sir, from my school days, yes.
Yes. So let's come to the philosophy. There are so many different schools, and they're talking about this process of perception. And this process of perception differs in each and every school of Indian philosophy, even in psychology. So the main thing is that the actual thing is not the absolutism. Absolutism is nothing. There is a scope of knowledge, scope of something else, scope of somewhere it differs to your knowledge also, just like a story of that elephant and the blind people. Are you aware of that story? The six blind men and an elephant. Whichever part they are touching of elephant, they think that elephant is in the same structure. So one blind man who touches the feet, he says that the elephant is just like it's like a pillar. So
sir, it's a theory of Syedwada, I think.
What I'm saying?
It's a theory of Syedwada that you have spoken.
Yeah. That's great. This is the theory of Syedwada also, that our knowledge is not absolute. So I'm connecting it with conscious, unconscious, E is equal to mc square, and conscious, unconscious, E is equal to mc square, energy and matter. These are somewhere the different forms of the same thing. Somebody अभी थोड़ी देर पहले किसी ने बोला आयुर्वेदा. So Ayurveda, there are concept of tridosh. Vat, Pitta and Kapha. So if I say Vat, Pitta and Kapha are the state of matter, solid, liquid and gas. So you cannot make an equal sign between Vat, Pitta, Kapha and Thos, Drav, gas or solid, liquid, gas, because there is no absolute similarity at the level of our behavior, but at the level of level of transcendental phase, these all things are like parallel or similar. So this is the main concern why I was explaining it in this way. And my first slide, which I wanted to share in the beginning, was about to the same thing, that there is nothing absolute. Everything has a scope of here and there, or 1920, or similar. Some differences there. You cannot make a knowledge in absolute way. So when you say E is equal to mc square, where energy can be converted into mass, the same thing is there. So we were talking about the systems like Indian knowledge system or Bharatiya knowledge system and other knowledge systems. So I was telling you that Indian knowledge system focuses on matter and energy both, while the other knowledge systems mostly focuses on the matter only. And there is a difference between energy and matter. Energy is something you can say it don't have a shape. Can you see the energy? Any one of you? Have you seen energy somewhere? Jyotirmay, Transit, Brahmadev, Mitali, Pratisha, anyone?
Sir, I think energy can only exist through something. It cannot exist in itself. So it always has to transition from something to the other.
Yes, something
in
to the other.
Most crude manner. Yes.
Yes, it's not Murta. Murta means something which we can see, right? So if I'm saying this energy is a form of something, type of something unconscious, it's not conscious, it's unconscious, if I'm saying. So do we have any mechanism to see the energy? Do we have any mechanism to see the energy? Or did we ever try to see something which is not existing? Did you ever try? something which is not existing, and you are trying to see that. So there is a mechanism to see that, because you will have to create your own mechanism. And that's what Mimamsa philosophy, the Indian philosophical school, the Mimamsa philosophy is trying to do. There are two acharyas, like usme do scholars hai. One is Prabhakar and one is Kumaril. So one of them take absence as a substance. एब्सेंस को एक सब्सटेंस बना के और उसको परसीव करने का पूरा मैकेनिज्म डेवलप करना, दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच मेक्स अस टू थिंक दैट हाउ रिसर्च गोज ऑन. ये रिसर्च करने का मतलब, देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन रिसर्च एंड एप्लीकेशंस. समवन has invented electricity and we are now making the applications, the extension boards. We cannot say that this is a research. This is that is just an application only. So there is a difference between research and application. And research always needs something like thinking. You cannot create inventions by only existed things. You will have to think about that. You will have to think in your mind. So you are supposed to think the mechanism to see the absence of something. Because if you're not able to see the absence of something, you are not able to create an idea. So the Mimamsa philosophy gives us a mechanism to perceive the absence of something. This is what the Indian philosophy creates, the mechanism. Now, I was talking about this matter and energy. So the matter and energy are two different things. The mechanism, how we perceive the materialistic things, can we use the same? Is there anyone? Like someone raised the hand. Is the mechanism for perceiving the matter and energy is same? The process of perception of energy and the process of perception of matter is same or different? Anyone? Psychologists?
It has to be different because at the human level, at least, the senses are a part of matter itself. So the process
It has to be. Yes, it has to be different. It has to be absolutely different. But what is our problem? What is the problem from our end? That we are habitual with this materialistic world. So we have some impressions of receiving these materialistic things. And when we are supposed to perceive insight, that soul, mind, intellect, then we think that the same methodology will be used for that. And this is why we are not able to see insight. The inside, we are not able to see inside because we use that same mechanism which we are using to see these materialistic things. That's why we are not getting our inside, like the soul, the mind, the intellect. So there should be a difference between the materialistic things perception and the energy thing perception. There is a difference. And who will tell you that different mechanism? The Indian knowledge system will tell you the mechanism to perceive the consciousness. Any other system can tell you that how to perceive the materialistic world, but Indian knowledge system is the specific system which will describe that how you will perceive the concept of your soul, concept of your intellect. This is what the Indian knowledge system is. So now we will go to the physics from here directly. So think about the mechanism to perceive the materialistic thing and think about the methodology of perceiving the energy. There is a difference between both the process. And this is the difference of Newtonian physics and quantum physics. Anyone from physics? Are you getting my point? That, yes.
Yes, sir, you are correct.
Okay, so what I'm saying, can you explain? Deepak.
I could not explain through the point of philosophy, but from physics point, energy can be different, which can be transformed, but matter cannot be transformed. It is completely solid.
Okay, it means you cannot use that mechanism which you are using for the materialistic world. You will have to use any other mechanism to understand the energy.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right? And now, Deepak, you can mute yourself. And now think about some concepts of physics, just like Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. How many of you are aware of this principle of Heisenberg's uncertainty? How many of you are aware of this concept?
Sir, I am aware. I read it in again my school days. So
Okay, can you just tell me in 2 sentences what is this?
Yes, it tells you that there is a limit to the amount of precision, I think, with to the amount of accuracy with which you can see the physical movements of microscopic objects, I think. Something like that. I can't exactly recall.
Like you are not able to define the momentum and the position at the same time. Is
yes,
it?
yes. So it has to do with those atomic particles. Yes.
Yes. The same thing, right?
Yeah.
So can you think about it, that if Heisenberg is saying that you are not able to see or you are not able to define the position and the momentum at the same time, is it possible? Is it possible? And the main thing, yes, you're saying something, Jyotirmay.
No, sir, please continue.
Okay. If you think deeply, then you will get to know that some Western scientists, even the scientists from the materialistic view or materialistic attitude, are not able to perceive the difference, the absolute difference of energy and matter. And that's why there is some confusions over there. Heisenberg is not saying the uncertainty. We can say this is the concept of confusion of Heisenberg. It's not uncertainty. The energy and matter are certainly different, and our ancient Indian rishis has perceived the difference, the absolute difference between energy and matter, while these scientists have never seen the difference, absolute difference between energy and matter. That's why some scientists are confused about it. If you see the next level, the concept of Young's double slit experiment. Are you aware of concept of Young's double slit experiment? Have you heard about that?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, it will determine the fringe width of interference fringes.
Okay, and what are the results of these this Young's double slit experiment?
Constructive and destructive interference fringes.
Yes. So the result is, when some observer is there, that will show a particle nature. While if there is no observer, that will show the wave nature.
Correct.
Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Now sit calmly and think that is it possible that something is expecting a observer to show the nature? Something unconscious is expecting someone that if he will see me, then I will show a particle nature, and if he will not see me, I will show a wave nature. Think about it and get some results. are these some confusing concepts or are these some real concepts? What do you think, Deepak? I think you are from physics. What do you think?
No,
What I'm
sir,
saying?
yeah, partially I agree with you. Because if we consider electron, then it will behave as wave as well as particle, because experimentally true. But at the same time,
Yes.
both can't be present.
Yes. So can you
Sir,
understand what? Yes. Yes.
Sir, I think it has to do with the fact that earlier light was thought of only as a waveform, but whereas later on it was known that light also consists of uh, particles, photons. So they exhibit
Yes.
both. Light as a wave exhibits the wave function, whereas those photons exhibit particle function, I think. So that's the duality.
Agree, correct.
So the duality, is the duality the final concept, or is there any scope of like something else, or expansion of knowledge? There are so many scopes are there that knowledge can be expanded. It will be like it can be done right in next time. Like, just like first we use Rutherford's model, then Dalton's model, then there are some that they are saying that nucleus is divided into electron, neutron, proton. Neutrons are also divided into neutrinos. So there are so many concepts, and time to time the science, the physics is getting enlarged in shape, and nothing is absolute. Day by day, as we see the practicals, the science is expanding. There is nothing absolute, but something is absolute. Something is absolute, but the things beyond the time and space are absolute. But you cannot see these things without seeing your inside. If you will see inside, then only you are able to see that what is that beyond the time and space. Because all these things, all these worldly things, they are momentary. They're changing every moment. So you're not able to think that there is something absolute existing. This is the main point. Now let's go to the philosophical school of Sankhya philosophy. So the Sankhya philosophy discusses about the creation of this world, and it states that the main material from where all these things are coming is Prakriti. And what is Prakriti? Prakriti is the equilibrium of Triguna. Triguna is Sattva, Ras, and Tam. And when they are in equilibrium, there is no creation. While as the equilibrium disturbed, then only the creation starts. The first is Prakriti to Mahat, Mahat to Ahankar. Ahankar, there are two parts. Ahankar, there are three gunas in Ahankar: Satvik, Rajas, and Tamas. So from the Tamas part of Ahankar, Panch Tanmatra are created. And from Panch Tanmatras, the Panch Mahabhuts are created. So the Panch Tanmatra are the energies, and Panch Mahabhut are the matters. Panch Tanmatras are the parallel to the energies, and Panch Mahabhut are parallel to the matter. And this Rishi Kapil, who was the propounder of Sankhya philosophy, has absolutely seen these things before, like 2,000-3,000 years ago. And the creation system of Indian knowledge system is going from subtle to gross. Subtle to gross. Subtle means sukshma, and gross is mahat, bada. तो ये सूक्ष्म से स्थूल की जो दृष्टि प्रकृति है, हमारे यहाँ जो इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम है, that is starting from subtle, that is Prakriti, the equilibrium of Sattva, Raj, and Tam, and by disturbance, the equilibrium is breaking, and then the creation starting. And what is physics doing? What kind of practicals are we doing nowadays? Nowadays, we are searching some God particle. Like physics, what can physics do? Physics can do that it can use some matter and then try to find the consciousness. While our ancient Indian system has started from the conscious to from the subtle to gross. Now the physics is doing the same practicals. It is searching that how this matter can be converted into energy, and then they are doing this practical Higgs boson practical, Large Hadron Collider in CERN. So the movement of physics is from down to up, like they are going in a different direction, and Indian knowledge system has uncovered the subtle to gross system. Nowadays what we are doing, we are going from Panch Mahabhut to Panch Tanmatras, like we are going to energy from matter. Now we are working on Panch Mahabhut and getting these Panch Tanmatra, and we are confused at what should we do. So I want to say that these sutras which are mentioned in this ancient Indian system are somewhere telling us the insight about the soul, about the mind, about the body, about our senses. Now let's talk about some other concepts. Like, how many of you are aware of Pythagoras theorem? Yes, please tell, what is this? What is Pythagoras theorem? Yeah, tell me. Deepak, Aisha. Deepak, you raised your hand. Yes.
Yes, sir.
What is Pythagoras theorem?
So from theorem point of view, if we consider a right angle triangle, then the perpendicular square plus base square is equal to its diagonal square.
Yes. Is this theorem mentioned in somewhere in Indian knowledge system text?
Yes, I have heard about it.
Where?
I could not say, but it is mentioned. The Rishi described it from the point of circle. If
Yes.
I'm not wrong, circle and square.
Very nice. Very nice.
I could not remember who
Yes,
yes.
Yes, you are right. So this Vedic literature has 4 Samhita part: Rig, Yajur, Sam, and Atharva. And these Samhita part is explained in some auxiliary texts. These are Brahman, Aranyak, and Upanishads. And there are 6 Vedangas: Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaran, Nirukta, Chand, and Jyotish. So the part, there is a text, Bodhayan Shulbha Sutra. How many of you are aware of this Bodhayan Shulbha Sutra or Shulbha Sutra? Is there anyone aware of this word Shulbha Sutra?
Yes, sir.
What is this? Yeah, what is Shulbha Sutra?
Sir, I think previously people used to use ropes to measure.
Yes.
I
Shulbha
think
Shulbha means rope. Now again it's echo. Yeah, is it clear now? So in Shulbha Sutra, there is a line that Dirgha Chaturashrasya Kshanya Rajjuhu Parshvamani Tiryakmani Yacha Prathak Bhute Kurutas Tadubhayam Karoti. This is a line in Bodhayan Shulbha Sutra, and if you decode it, the meaning of this line is that hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. And what's the Bodhayan? Bodhayan is the writer of this text, the Bodhayan Shulbha Sutra. So was Bodhayan a mathematician? And in which context he has explained this theorem that is called Bodhayan theorem, that hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. Was Bodhayan a mathematician? No, Bodhayan was not a mathematician. He was explaining the process of making the altars of yajna, the sacrificial ritual, the yajna. So Bodhayan is explaining that how you will create the altar of that yajna, and that's why you're supposed to know the dimensions of that altar. If you're not aware of the dimensions of the altar, you're not able to do the sacrificial ritual. So for that calculation, Bodhayan is creating the algorithm of something, for some rectangular or some square shaped altar. And then he is explaining that Dirgha Chaturashasya Akshanya Rajjuhu Parshvamani Tiryakmani Yaccha Prathak Bhute Gurutas Tadubhayam Karoti. This is what our Indian knowledge system has. Then again, in Bodhayan Shulbha Sutra, there is a mechanism of drawing different shapes, like circular shape, rectangular shape, square shape of same area. And why are they drawing the same area shapes? Because there are different type of fires for the ritual, for the sacrificial ritual, that is yajna, and they are using a different type of agni, just like garhapatya agni. And there are different type of agni, and the kunda or the altar are different shaped, but the area of all the altars should be same. So in 800 BC, Bodhayan is providing you the algorithm to create the different shaped altars of same area in 800 BC. And people are saying that the father of geometry was Euclid in 250 BC. What is ancient, 800 BC or 250 BC? Anyone? I'm checking that you are not having your lunch. Please tell me what is what is ancient, 250 BC or 800 BC? Am I audible?
800 BC.
800 BC. Yes, he's giving you so many algorithms of mathematics, geometry, algebra, calculus, and you still think that the father of geometry was Euclid of 250 BC. Now again, we should go to another point. There is a concept of permutation and combination in mathematics. I think you may be aware of, some people, not all, but the students who have mathematics in 12th class, they are aware of this concept of permutation and combination. How many mathematics students are there? Is there any mathematics student? Or some students who are aware of? Yeah, please unmute yourself and tell me what is combination. Or the formula of combination, NCR is equal to n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. Tell me something about combination. What is combination? Who raised the hand? Yeah.
Well, I think in combination, the arrangement or order is not specific. But in permutation, the arrangement or order is specific from mathematical point of view, I think. So
we are talking about the algorithm of combination. The algorithm of combination was first developed by an Bharatiya Rishi, Pingal. Pingal has developed the algorithm of combination. And what we are learning, NCR is equal to n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. The algorithm of that formula is like mentioned in Pingal's Chanda Sutra. Was Pingle a mathematician? Was he teaching mathematics to the students while he developed this algorithm of combination? No. He was a musician. His text name is Chanda Shastra. Chand is related to the music. And he had some syllables, some matra, Guru and Laghu. He wanted to check that which sound seems melodious, more melodious. That's why he was thinking that I should first arrange all these rhythms in different combinations. So he created the combinations, all the combinations of that syllables. And for that, he has developed this algorithm of combination. This is what our ancient Indian rishis have done, the emergence of mathematics in such a way that you can think about why you are doing this calculation, the algorithm of that thing, the algorithm of that concept. Nowadays, what is happening? We have a formula, we have some numbers, we are putting the numbers on the formula. Think that we have a circle of radius 2. So what will we do? We are doing pi r square and putting r is equal to 2 and we are getting the value. This is what we are doing. So I want to tell you that there is a difference between research and application. We are doing the applications, not the research. Some people are working on mathematical modeling. What are they actually doing? They are creating a function and then they are doing that differentiation or integration, and they are making answers or algorithms. So this is all already derived. What we are doing from ourselves, what we are doing from our side, or what we are creating, are we creating knowledge, or we are just applying that created knowledge in some different fields? So we are doing applications. This is not research. This is not invention. Now, the Charak. How many of you are aware of Charak, Acharya Charak? Is there anyone? Acharya Charak, Shushrut?
Yes, sir. I think he's called as the father of Indian medicine, Ayurveda.
Yeah. Father of Indian medicine. Father of medicine is Charak, and father of surgery is Shushrut. Now we come to a main point, that does nomenclature really matters? Nomenclature, what is the nomenclature? Or does our knowledge changes the reality? Anyone? Does our knowledge changes the reality? Does our knowledge change the reality? Anyone?
Didn't understand the question, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
knowledge is, sir, reality is what we perceive based on the amount of knowledge we have. So I think it does.
Okay. So it means you are saying that some people on earth decided that we should remove the Pluto from the list of planet. If some people on earth decided that we should remove the planet Pluto from the list of planet, from the same day the Pluto will start, the Pluto will stop.
No, sir, I was talking about the subjective reality, how we perceive reality, not the absolute reality, because
Okay, no,
that is
I'm talking about
unattainable.
I think reality is something which exists. So I'm saying कि क्या हमारा ज्ञान जो है वो किसी वस्तु की सत्ता पे कोई प्रभाव डालता है क्या?
No.
अगर हम फिटकरी मींस एलम K2SO4 into L2SO4 whole thrice into 24H2O, उसको अगर हम आज से कुछ और नॉमेनक्लेचर दे दें, उसका नाम चेंज कर दें, तो क्या फिटकरी अपना काम करना बंद कर देगी? करेगी क्या?
No.
No. So the same thing happened with Indian knowledge system in case of Acharya Charak. There are so many scientific, like biological, zoological, botanical concepts in Charak Samhita. We can talk about some concept, like if we take digestive system. Let's suppose we are taking digestive system. So now, whatever we are studying those days, what is the concept of digestive system? We break the food into minerals, vitamins, or if we say fat, carbohydrates, and proteins. We are breaking the food in these components. In Charak Samhita, the Charak was following the same process of digestion, but he was breaking the food into 5 basic elements, that is Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, and Akash. Please try to understand this mechanism that today we are talking about some fat, some carbohydrates, some proteins, and then we say that proteins like they are converted into amino acids, and we are breaking this complex food into simpler form. The same thing has done by Charak in his Charak Samhita. He has explained the digestive system in a different way. I'm trying to tell you that nomenclature is different. Nomenclature may different, but the process and the research is very genuine. So what is Charak doing? Charak is breaking that food which you takes in your mouth. He's breaking it in 5 parts. That is Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, and Akash. And then he's saying the Parthiv part, means the earthy part of that food, will be digested by the earth fire. So he's explaining 13 types of fire in our body. 13 types of fire in our body. 5 types are there. Like there are 5 Bhutagni. Bhutagni means Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, and Akash Agni. And these Agni will digest the earthy part, fiery part, watery part, and these parts in a different way. Then he's talking about the 7 tissues, Sapta Dhatu, रस, रक्त, मांस, अस्थि, मज्जा, मेदा, शुक्र, ऐसे करके उन्होंने 7 टिश्यूज दिए हैं जो आज भी हमारे पास प्लाज्मा, ब्लड, मसल, फैट, बोन, बोन मैरो और रिप्रोडक्टिव टिश्यूज, इस तरह से वो हमें अभी भी उसी तरह से मिलते हैं. एंड द थिंग इज दैट ये जो HCl है जो हमारे स्टमक में है, वो उसका नॉमेनक्लेचर इज डिफरेंट. दैट इज HCl. Charak का nomenclature different है. He is saying that this is fire and acid is always fiery. Yes.
Extra curricular, जैसे कि sports का.
Are you asking something or
learning क्या होता है?
by mistake
के बारे में किताब खरीदना पड़ेगा और ये सेमिनार के बारे में किताब खरीदना पड़ेगा.
Sir, I think he has turned on his microphone by mistake.
Yes, yes. Please, either you can call him or please mute yourself. Yes. So the process is same. The digestive system has been explained by Charak also in some different nomenclature. Now let's talk on the nomenclature. What is nomenclature? So can anyone tell me that why this mercury is called Hg? Why we call mercury as Hg? Some chemistry people. Is there anyone from chemistry?
Sir, I am not, but has it something to do with the Latin or Greek languages? Something like that, I think.
Yes. So the same thing is there. The influence of West, that our nomenclature was very scientific. we were using parad or para for mercury. We used so many different words as the attribute of that element. Just like when we say sulfur, we call it gandhak because that has some smell, some bad smell. That's why the nomenclature is gandhak. So the nomenclature should be relevant. Yes. Is there any query? Very nice. Okay, so this is something which we are talking about, Indian knowledge system. Now we go to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is starting from a verse, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kima Kuruvat Sanjaya. So Dhritarashtra is asking to Sanjay that what has my people and their people, like Kauravon ne, Dhritarashtra is asking, Kauravon ne means my people and Pandavon ne and others, in dono ke beech mein kya hua? So the Bhagavad Gita is telling that how the conflict creates. Like when we talk about self-management and stress management or stress release in Bhagavad Gita, then we talk about all these strokes. Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samavetaha Yuyutsavaha, Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kimakuruvat Sanjaya. So Mamakaha and Pandavash, the difference of me and his, mine and his, mine and her. Now we will talk about this. Ayam Nijaha Paroveti Gadana Laghu Chetasam Udar Charita Nam tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So this concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam was drawn from the Indian knowledge system. The Indian knowledge system, what else it gives us? It gives a channel. It gives a process of perception. Like our soul is connected to the intellect or buddhi. Buddhi is connected to our mind, that is man. Mind is connected to our senses, and senses goes out and comes into contact with the subjects outside. Now the buddhi is something which filters whatever your senses takes from outside. Like if your eye contacted with the something, then it will give the signals to man, the mind. The man will transfer as it is to the buddhi, and the buddhi will filter the information and send the relevant information to soul, and then your reaction will work in that way. So the buddhi should be sattvic, not tamasic and rajasic. There is a combination of sattva, raj and tam. So in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the stress management and self-management, stress release and self-management, these topics are discussed. So in Bhagavad Gita, they are saying, Indriyani paranyahu indriyebhyo paramanaha manasastu parabuddhi ya buddhehe paratastu saha. So this is the journey of inside. You go through the senses, to the mind, to the intellect, and to the soul. This is all about Indian knowledge system. I think the time is also getting over. It's 2:07. Is Jintu there? Jintu, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So should we finish now? Because
it's almost 1 hour. You can take 10 minutes more.
Okay.
If you want.
Yes. So I have discussed so many things, and now we will talk about Indian philosophical concepts. As Jyotirmay was saying that there is no absolute similarity. The same thing I would like to tell you, that in Buddhist philosophy, there are 4 schools. There are 4 different schools, that is Sautrantik, Vaibhashik, Madhyamik, and Yogachar. And all the 4 schools are describing the different manner of perception, like how we perceive they are telling in a different way. They are telling in a very different way, because some of the philosophers think that the worldly things exists in reality. Some philosophers think these worldly things are totally real. Some think that these are the projection of our mind. So this is something which we can see in this way, that Indian philosophy gives us so many concepts. They are complementary to each other. And the style of these text, Indian knowledge system text, is by Purva Paksha and Siddhanta Paksha or Uttar Paksha. This is what our ancient Indian rishis has developed a knowledge system by refuting, accepting the concepts. And that's why our Indian knowledge system has totality in itself. Now, I'll tell you one thing, that in physics, we are studying that there is just one way of creation, that the atom is there, two atoms will connect, and then these big things will create it. But in Indian philosophy, there are so many concepts. Like, there is a creation from physical matter. If you will talk about Nyaya Vaisheshik philosophy, they are talking about the atom. And what is atom? What Acharya Kanad in Vaisheshik philosophy has described is not only the atomic theory, it's subatomic theory also. And the second concept of creation is creation from the fusion of conscious and unconscious, Purush and Prakriti. If you go to Sankhya philosophy, you will get to know that there is a concept of conscious and unconscious mixture. The other concept of creation is creation from a natural process, a Charvak system. He says that it is a system in system that this world exists. It's like mechanism, it's a machine. And the next process is the creation from energy, that is conscious, from Brahma, that is Advaita Vedanta philosophy. And these are the Indian philosophical schools in which we get to know that a reality is not always absolute. And that's why
Sorry, so what was the third one? What was the third one? There's Nyaya, Vaishik, Sankhya, Advaita, and there's one more. Which one is that?
Charvak.
About mechanism? Is that the one?
Yeah, it's Swabhavad. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So the creation of world in different manner. And this is what philosophy actually describes. Now I'll try to show. Yes.
I'm sorry to intrude. I have a question. I think I'm just asking, would it be correct for us to compare physics with psychology, with philosophy? Because physics is more concerned with the definition of creation, which can be applied to the world for the further gains of humans. For example, there was this recent interview of H.C. Verma, the award-winning physicist in IIT Kanpur, and he was asked that all these ancient Indian Rishi Munis had already described gravitation. So why do we hold Newton in such a high regard? To which H.C. Verma replied that it's not about, why Newton is famous. It's not because he described or expounded gravitation. It's about what he did with that knowledge. And today, even if we have to send a Chandrayaan or any satellite to the moon, we still use Newtonian equations. So I think physics is more concerned with what we do with that knowledge instead of just stating something. It's just a question I would like to.
Yes. That's true. I accept. I'm saying I'm accepting your point, and the same thing I will repeat, that why the Newton, why not Acharya Kanad? And I'm not saying that Newton has done nothing. I'm saying that we have done nothing, because we have a great system. Acharya Kanad has given the concept of atom. Yes. But what we are doing, we are believing in the applications, not in inventions. Newton has tried something, but again think about that. The story which makes Newton a hero, कि सेब जो है वो न्यूटन के सामने गिरा, क्या उससे पहले कभी कोई सेब नहीं गिरा था? क्या उससे पहले चीजें नीचे से ऊपर जाती थी? तो जब हमारे पास इतनी बड़ी नॉलेज परंपरा है, तो ऐसा बीच में क्या हुआ कि हमने अपने उस ट्रेडिशन को छोड़ दिया, उस दृष्टि को छोड़ दिया? द विजन विच आवर ऋषिज हैज ट्रांसफर्ड टू अस, वी हैव नॉट यूटिलाइज्ड दैट. This is my concern. I'm not defaming anyone. I'm just defaming myself. I'm defaming myself, seriously. I'm not defaming Newton. I'm not defaming any education system or knowledge system. But the point or the question which I'm raising is related to that, why we are not being the legacy of that knowledge, why we are not transferring that knowledge. This is the main point. Jyotirmay, are you satisfied?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So my point of concern is that we are supposed to be we are supposed to transfer the knowledge to the next generation, whatever we are having. There are so many concepts, so many mathematical, physical, chemical, botanical, geological concepts which Indian knowledge system, because when I'm saying that this Vedic literature has 4 parts: Brahman, Aranyak, Upanishad and Samhita. So in Aranyak, all the information related to forest and forestry is there. So if you talk about botany and geology, you're supposed to study the Aranyak. If you want to learn inside the soul, the mind, the senses, then you're supposed to learn, read the Upanishads and philosophies. So there is a difference, but you will not get the subjects there, because when are the subjects created? When you need it. There was no environmental sciences before 2000 year, and in Vedas also the Rishi has never Rishi has never said that the temperature of earth is increasing 2 degrees per annum. There was no global warming. So environmental ethics were there in our behavior only. They were not there as a subject. So how subject is created? When we are required that that thing, then only we are creating the subjects ourselves. This is what all about Indian knowledge system. Thank you again. Thank you so much. And special thanks to Jintu, who has invited me in person. So thank you, Jintu. And thank you all for listening my lecture. Yes.
Thank you, sir. It is actually it is our fortune to have you amongst us as students resource person, and Rajashree ma'am will deliver the vote of thanks.
सर, अपने समय निकालकर, बहुमूल्य समय निकालकर आज जो भाषण रखा उसके लिए आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देते हैं, और अपने सेशन में सबकी सहभागिता निश्चित की और सबकी रुचि बनाए रखने में भी सक्षम हुए, उसके लिए भी आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने बहुत सारे सवाल किए, आत्मविश्लेषण का मौका दिया कि हम के नजरिए कैसे थे और क्यों बदले कैसे, और सबको का एक नई दृष्टि मिलेगी सर। और इस तरह धन्यवाद देते हुए आज का व्याख्यान यही समाप्त करती हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Sir has yes, you can.
Yes, just one thing. I want to say something that this Indian knowledge system, the भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा का ये जो concept है, ये पूरे इंडिया में, पूरे भारत में, पूरे वर्ल्ड में, विश्व में हम सबको बताना चाहिए। और इस समय डॉक्टर अतुल कोठारी जी, जो कि शिक्षा संस्कृति उत्थान न्यास ऐसा एक न्यास है, he's doing like with his all enthusiasm. So you're supposed to like spread this knowledge everywhere, the Indian knowledge system, the Bharatiya Gyan Parampara. So again, thank you. I have posted my number. If you have any doubt or if you have any query, you can ask me. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. And for the participants, attendance link has been shared. All of you mark your attendance. And
if you have any question, you can ask.
Yeah, sure. If anyone has any question, yes, Sangeeta Nath has raised her hand. Sangeeta Nath, do you have any question? Okay, Vedamini ma'am has also question. Ma'am, you can ask. Vedamini Bikram Singh, you have any question?
Yes, sir. I'd like to get your thoughts on something. This is my anxiety with the whole conference and the whole subject itself is the gap between knowing things and then again applying it, because uh, like you said, this is going to need a different set of tools. This type of research is going to need a different methodology, and sometimes in the Indian knowledge system that deviates to things like foregoing the ego, employing love. And the education sector right now and academics and our methodologies and our frameworks are so, I wouldn't even say westernized, but they're so far removed from that. There are no tools to accommodate that sort of practice, for research. So I feel like we find that more in the intimate spaces in our society in India, like the more private, the puja, the satsang, the guru, the kul guru. I mean, I don't see the tools as such in academics. So how is that gap going to be closed if we as researchers are moving towards this direction? I'd like to get your thoughts on that, because there's a clash in discourses which is very tough to cover, and I'm not able to find answers regarding that.
Yes, I understand your question, but can you please summarize once more?
I guess what I'm trying to understand is that we are studying Indian knowledge systems, but to
Yes,
really bring that into research
I got it.
or
Yes, I
practice,
got it.
or
I got it. Yes. Yes. So, Vedmini ji, the main thing is that whenever you start studying Indian knowledge system, and if you will not leave that, you will think about that, you will think about all the concepts, whatever you are reading or studying. If you will think that why it is happening, then you will yourself go beyond the upper reality. Like you're not supposed to do anything else, just think that why it is happening. When you are studying Indian knowledge system, if you're thinking about any concept, then you think deep in that. You'll get the roots in Indian knowledge system. Just if you are thinking about some problem, just go to the root of that, you will reach at Indian knowledge system. And such 7-8 problems will make you think in deep of Indian knowledge system. The same thing was with me. When my professors or my teachers give a lecture, this like it's deep lectures, transcendental type of lecture, I was thinking that how will I do that, how will I perceive these things? And then I started to go in the root. If you go to the root, you will get to know, and this subject is not for all. Sorry to say, but seriously, this subject is not for all. If you have a curiosity, if questions are inside you, if you have a curiosity, mainly you will definitely explore all the field of Indian knowledge system and this discourse. So this is a nice question, and thank you.
Thank you, sir.
If anyone has any more question, yeah. If anyone has any more question, they can share.
I think it's done. Thank you.
So yes, we are winding up. Again, thank you so much, sir. And we will again need you.